do like the share-a-thon type thing to raise it. So periodically I'll mention it, and if it has to come to that, it will. But it would be nice to have some sponsors that financially can do this. And, there might be some wealthy person out there that just has the money and says, here, I'll just pay for the 6 months and see how things roll. And shortwave is very, very popular. A lot of folks still have those radios that Chuck sold, or have ones they have bought by other companies. But you can listen to the broadcast anywhere on the planet. And you just have to have a shortwave radio, and you can get them very cheap. They're not very expensive. You can go on to Amazon. You can get as elaborate as you want, but it would be a nice thing for the broadcast. It would help get the word out. We need more shows that are more common sense, not hosted by hacks. There's so many of them that are just in it for the money, and that's it. And I said I want to make some money off it, but folks, I gotta take care of my family. If I was retired, I'm just not near retirement age. That's a long way away. So for right now, we gotta continue. So I just wanted to be transparent, so you kind of know where we stand there. But again, we got wishes, and we've had, and we're gonna talk to the gentleman from the shortwave station to learn more about it. Maybe we'll have him on the air to talk about the reach and things that they do, but they're excited about the broadcast. They like it, and I'd like to kudos out to our engineer friend. Oh, we love you, buddy. He doesn't get a shout-out every week. Should we give him a shout-out? But you know what? He's a big, I think we're just going to make Bob Carter a quasi-producer of the broadcast. Yeah, I might do that, because he talks to me when we're on the air. Yeah, it was the one that you told me to contact, the one that you put. Yeah, that one. So he's asking me who's the shortwave station, but a reasonable deal, $60 an hour to go around the world. That's pretty spectacular. So that's very, very attractive. All right, back to the Catholic Church before we transition here to the idiot in New York. I'm talking about Andrew Cuomo. And shocked a crowd of Democrats. There was a mix of people there, but the Dems didn't even like what he had to say. The room was, it didn't feel right. And we'll play that clip so you can hear it in case you haven't heard it. But we have to play it. So the Catholic League, they step into this, and using social media, okay, after all the information that I just gave you about these predator priests, the Catholic League tweeted, denying sexual abuse crisis met with scorn. I'm so serious. The Catholic League responded definitively to a report from the grand jury in Pennsylvania outlining these allegations of sexual abuse for decades by members of the clergy as being simply a myth. A myth that there is no going on crisis. It's a total myth. In fact, there is no institution, private or public, that has less of a problem with sexual abuse of minors today than the Catholic Church. This is the Catholic League. How bizarre. Really. This is just crazy. After this, they think it's just a witch hunt or something like that. There's no there. I like the collusion stuff. Oh, folks, it's a sad. You know what? Say a prayer, seriously, for the families that have been affected by this tragedy in Pennsylvania, especially, but all over the United States. And you know what? I pray that God opens up all of the churches that have this kind of problem and reveal it. It's as if, seriously, God is opening up these investigations, giving clarity to law enforcement officials and to this Me Too movement. And I'm not saying that everybody that accuses somebody of sexual molestation or sexual indiscretions, whatever, everybody is guilty, because in this country, at least, you're innocent until proven guilty. But 2-year investigation drummed up all of this stuff. And I just think that it's God shedding light on this sin that is really hurting the church. It's hurting the reputation of our Lord Jesus Christ. And it's a shame. And folks, I have gone to certain churches over my lifetime, and I've been disappointed on how people act, whether it's the very top or staff. And a pastor friend of mine here in the Bay Area, he said to me, Keith, did the church hurt you? He told me that one time, and I said, well, directly like that, no. You can blame, and that stuff, it just boils your blood, though. And people don't want to come back. And would you invite your family to come home to the Catholic Church after that? You'd be looking for something else. Or what a lot of people do, which really sad, why I have a kink in my stomach right now, is that people won't go to church anymore. They won't practice their faith anymore. They've lost faith. And they get upset. And then they blame the founder in some way because they're just angry. All right, Andrew Cuomo. In case you don't know who he is the mayor of New York City. And the mayor said this.
We're not going to make America great again. It was never that great.
Okay, what did he say again? We got to play that one more time. Listen very carefully.
We're not going to make America great again.
He was like kind of stumbling over his words. Was that just me, or?
We're not going to make America great again.
It's almost like he didn't want to say it, but he said it anyway. And by the way, he knew what he was going to say. He's running for a third term. He wants in very badly. And he hates Donald Trump. This is against everything that Donald Trump, make America great again. This is, and Trump is sparring with him. It's back and forth, but it's just dirty. And listen, I want to be in all fairness to the governor. He did say something else after that. So this is what he said afterwards.
We have not reached greatness. We will reach greatness when every American is fully engaged. We will reach greatness when discrimination and stereotyping against women, 51% of our population, is gone.
All these things appeal to the base. I mean, this is completely politics, and yet doesn't address the issues of the Catholic Church and all the other key issues of America. Has problems, don't get me wrong, but America has done and is doing and it will continue doing amazing things, innovation, jobs for people, health care for people, equality has gotten a whole lot better than what it used to be. If you talk to the slaves back in the day in the cotton fields in Tunica, Mississippi, they would tell you life's a lot better. Okay? There's a lot more that needs to be done on so many different levels. It's not even funny. But we've come a long way, and it's pretty much a slap in the face to the greatest generation that kept us from being invaded by the Nazis, folks. We would have spoken a different language. We've been taken over many times, and we just laid down and didn't fight. America is great. We've done great things. We're not perfect, and there's no country on the planet that is greater than America for human rights. And we have things we can do to make it even greater. But it's up to each and every one of us to make America great again. It's not just the president, but it invokes people to do more and want more. But it is offensive. This is the same narrative that Barack Obama went around apologizing for our greatness. You didn't make it. You didn't build it. Our fathers built it. Our fathers built the highways, built the buildings and the skyscrapers, went to the moon, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We did build it. I'm not going to bow to emperors like Obama did. No, Trump is not going to do it. But Andrew Cuomo shocked the room when he said this. If you're just joining us on the broadcast, one more time, this is getting a lot of play, but here we go.
We're not going to make America great again. It was never that great.
It was never that great. Okay, well, you wouldn't be there, by the way, if America wasn't, because you're an idiot. And for the life of me, if you get in for the third time, New York is, it's been Democrat, and that's just the way it is, unfortunately. But besides Giuliani, but the Democratic star made the seemingly offhand remark as part of his rebuke of President Trump's "Make America Great Again" slogan during a bill signing in New York. But the line drew gasps, as they put it, gasps from the crowd. We're not gonna make America great again. It was never great. Andrew Cuomo. Jeez. Cuomo in his 2010 announcement, video for governor, "Together we can make New York great again." That was his 2010 from research. Oh, yeah. So Cuomo in America great again. We're not going to make America great again. It was never that great. Blah, blah, blah. It's just getting headlines. He's getting press. And his base, Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, Bubba, I didn't have sex. They all love it. Maxine Waters, Joe Biden. I don't know if Joe Biden's going to comment about it. But Trump lashed out this morning at the governor. The angry repeat attack suggests that Trump is already gearing up to knock down a potential Democrat rival for the White House in 2020. And so Trump issued a challenge to Cuomo today, daring him to run in 2020 and warning that anybody that runs against Trump suffers. Trump tared Cuomo as someone known for pushing people and businesses out of his state, which is true about Cuomo. Businesses have left. They're overtaxed, more taxed than any city in America. It's a shame, but that's your Dems for you. Cuomo is seeking a third term, like I said, this fall, and is considered a potential White House contender in 2020. So it's like whatever Trump says, he's the counter opposite of anything that Donald Trump would say. And so this is the narrative, and this is how they feel like they're going to be able to win. And apparently he feels like he'll be able to win New York's vote again, because if you show just enough disdain, disrespect, hatred, yes, hatred, towards the president, then I'm going to vote for you. And that's there's just no integrity. There's no coming together, meeting of the minds, if you will. There's no seeing eye to eye with liberals these days with this kind of fanfare. This is what is expected, folks. This is the rhetoric that we're in now, the climate we're in. And Trump, to me, brilliantly ahead of 2020, has already set himself up with accomplishment after accomplishment. And these sound bites, this is the gift that keeps on giving. Thank you. Say it again. Say it some more. I don't know how many talk shows, how many TV talk shows are going to be running this thing. I mean, because it's really a gift that gives. It will probably be in campaign mode, full-fledged, running on television for him to say that during, folks running against him, and also when he tries to run for president. But I'd love for him to go head-to-head with us, Republican president. I just would love it. Can't wait. Getting excited about it. unless something terrible happens to Donald Trump health-wise, which, they say despite his eating habits and his weight,